Clap it up. Yeah, thank you. So good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Okay, I like the energy, but I think we could do better than that. I'm gonna ask one more time. Virginia, VLTA, how you guys doing? Now, that's a welcome right there. I appreciate you. Thank you for the introduction. I'm super excited to be here. Super excited to share my message with you. There's a couple things, housekeeping rules I want to go over real quick before we get started. One is, you'll notice I got a shirt in my hand. I don't call on people. I'm just going to throw you a shirt, and if you catch it, that means you got to answer my question. Okay? I know how it is. People are shy. They don't want to talk. They don't want to be on stage sometimes. Well, you might not have a choice. All right? If I throw you a shirt and you catch it, you got to answer the question. Second of all, if you do get a shirt, I'm going to require that you come to the back and see me on the break, and we're going to take one big group photo. Now, I only have a few shirts with me, but I got a ton in the back at a table with Home Scout. I want to mention all the vendors out there that showed up. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your support. I appreciate your support. And everybody brings something to the table. All of you bring something to the table. That's why you're here, right? So, I want to go ahead and let you guys know right now, I come with a warning label. I do. I come with a warning label. I might say some shit that could offend you.
Maybe not.
Yes, you're right. I said the word shit. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and apologize to you right now because I'm really not sorry. We're good? Now we got that cleared. I got that out of the way. I'm going to start with my first question to the group. And I want to ask, all right, what's going on in the industry today? What's going on? What's the problem with the industry today? I'm going to start with you. You look like you're... Give it to me, Sarah. What's wrong with the industry today? What are we experiencing today? Slow market. Okay. I want to elaborate on that a little more. Let's see. I'm going to pick on somebody over here that's not looking. Who's not looking? Oh, you just gave up? You just pointed at her?
I did. I gave her up. Thank you.
Okay, Kim, whatever you prefer here. Tell me a little bit more about the market. What's going on?
High interest rates.
High interest rates. Wow, okay. High interest rates. I think there's other stuff too. I'm gonna pick on you. Yeah, you. I saw you.
Me?
What else is going on? I heard high interest rates. What else? Okay. Get ready to write something else down.
Because I'm not prepared.
That's why I picked you. Huh?
No inventory.
Okay, she helped you out. All right. I guess that means you want a shirt too now. I got you. All right. So you heard a little bit about my story in the intro. I was talking to a group back there yesterday about this, and I want to tell you, first and foremost, the market is where it is. It's not because of rates. Stop listening to all that shit. Stop. Has nothing to do with inventory. This is where I might say some shit that could offend you. You ready? Here's how I'm gonna drop it on you like this. COVID happens, right? We go through COVID. It's a lesson, but it's a blessing. The blessing that we had was we were at home with our families. You got to see your husband in the same sweatpants for a week. You wanted to choke him out by the first month. By month number 4, you're teaching your kids, and now all of a sudden, you're a high school or elementary school teacher. You're frustrated as hell, right? You're ready to get out of the house. I mean, people were picketing and rioting. They wanted to get out. I want to go to the restaurant. I want to get out. Okay. That's cool. But the blessing was you got to be at home with your families. You got to be at home with your loved ones, right? Here's the lesson. I'm gonna be real blunt. We all forgot how to go to work. I'm gonna tell you right now, every time I'm talking to people, they always say, yeah, let's set up a Zoom call. Let's set up a Teams call. Why, so you could sit in your underwear and put a dress shirt on and fool me? Nah, let's meet up. I've been flying all over the country, from one state to another, repping my brand, shaking hands, talking to people. I just left Florida 2 days ago. I was the keynote for Keller Williams' annual event. And I gotta tell you, I'm hearing the same message everywhere I go. And then I come in and I'm blunt and transparent and say, I'm gonna tell you right now, the problem is us. That's the problem. When I got in this business, I was 20 years old. Ex-gang member, branded. All the tattoos you see, I got a lot covered up. These are scars, not tattoos, okay? I get choked up sometimes, so you have to excuse me. But with that being said, I was 20 years old, had my son, had a little girl on the way. I'm making $6 an hour, stacking loan files, learning the industry. I become a single dad by the age of 22 years old, full-time, raising 2 kids by myself, and I'm just a baby, ex-gang member. 25 years ago this month, I was sitting in a jail cell facing multiple felony charges. Multiple felony charges. I thought my life was gonna be over. But then I got a blessing, my kids. So, I wanna talk to you a little bit about that. And as you heard the message, I did come from a battered, broken home. My last altercation with my mother, I was 11 years old. She had brutally beaten me with a baseball bat. Brutally. Like something you see out of the mobster movies. So I got removed from my house, I go to the hospital, and then that's when I found out my family didn't want nothing to do with me no more. Okay, that's cool, I get it. They left me. So, I go to a group home called Child Haven, Las Vegas. I'm homeless at the age of 12 years old. That group home, it provides a roof over your head, but that's it. Sleeping in parks, eating out of trash cans, that was my life. 12 years old, okay? So, I'm sharing my story with you, and I'm gonna ask you collectively as a group now, you're hearing just a little bit about my life. I haven't even scratched the surface yet. You still think this shit's hard out there? You don't know what hard is. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't know what hard is. So let me keep going, right? I started dealing drugs for my father. I ran into my father at a grocery store. Blinged out. Chain, watch. I'm like, man, okay, Pop. It's good to see you. Can I get some money? He doesn't give me money. You know what he does? He teaches me the drug game. Teaches me to chop bricks, break down cocaine, weed, meth, ecstasy pills. You name it, I sold it. I am not happy about that. But I did what I had to do to survive. That was my life. Ran with one of the most ruthless street gangs in the country. Gang banging, 14 years old, selling drugs. I was known in Vegas, and not in a good way. And trust me, you didn't want it if you saw me in the streets of Vegas, because I was coming for what you had. If you were a tourist and I wanted what you had, I was gonna take it. That was the life I had. But I wanted something different. I wanted to change that. That's my father. 20 years later, HBO documentary special, drug addict. Addiction, loss. I lost every single family member to a drug overdose. I shit you not. Aunts, uncles, mother, father, all of them. You still think it's hard out there? Okay, let's keep going. I told you about that multiple felony charges that I was facing. Somehow I got blessed. Charges got dropped. They couldn't pin me with the charges. They had no proof. I knew I was guilty. I even admitted I was guilty. When they arrested me, I said, I did it. Let's go. I'll pay. I'll pay for my crime. Somehow, some way, I got off. I was lucky. But I didn't take that for granted. I changed. I changed my life. That. You see? You got to have a purpose. Some of us didn't have a chance. So I had to go out and take a chance on myself. So I'm sharing these kind of stories with you because I want you to know every single one of you in this room, you all have a chance. All right? Don't give me no bullshit excuses that the rates are high and that you're having all these problems in the market. Stop. I don't want to hear your excuses. I really don't. 20 years old, $6 an hour. When I made the transition to sales in the mortgage industry, I was selling 7% interest rates with 15% second lien mortgages, charging you 5 to 7 points. Really? You're complaining that you think this is hard? I'm done hearing all these mortgage and real estate influencers talk about how hard it is and what's happening. Here's my message to you. Stop listening to that shit. Stop listening to them. Here's the one thing I never hear them say. I never hear nobody say it. And I've heard them all. You know what they don't say? They don't say, get up and go to work. They don't tell you to get out there in the street and go hustle. But of course, they got a crystal ball. Yeah, okay. No, they don't. Nobody does. You kidding me? They'd have millions and billions of dollars. They wouldn't be doing the videos and doing all that if they thought that they had it like that. Come on now. Stop buying into that. I'm going to tell you what you need to buy into. The person that you see in the mirror in the morning. That's who you need to buy into. You need to buy into you. Mortgage, real estate, title, escrow, it don't matter what your game is. Everybody's got to go to work. Get up in the morning and go find a way. Go show up at those offices. Go back to hitting the street. When I was at my last real estate convention, I said, go door knocking again. What's wrong with you? Stop sitting here telling me that you want the next best lead generation system. You know what you're telling me? You're telling me that you don't want to go to work. That's what you're telling me. I never got a lead in my life. You kidding me? I had to fight for everything I had in my life. Nobody ever gave me shit. I had to go take it. That's what you got to do. You got to go take it. It's up to you. The biggest thing that I can tell everybody is the difference between a want and a need. I want that Louis and Gucci. I know. I get it. I want that Louis purse. I want that. I want all that too. But do I need it? No, I'll tell you what I do need. I need to survive. I need to take care of my kids. I need to be the father that I never had. I need to do those kind of things. And make no mistake about it, I'm just getting started. I'm 43 years old. I'm not afraid to say how old I am. 43 is the new 20. I hear everybody say that all the time. I'm in my 40s. The 40s is the new 20s. Well, you're damn right it is. You ain't playing. The 50s is the new 20s. The 60s is the new 20s. I really don't care how old you are. I'm going to tell you right now, I got respect for you no matter how old you are. I don't care if you're 15, if you're 20, if you're 30, I don't care. If you're out there hustling, doing your thing, I'm proud of you. I love you. Got a lot of respect for you. So, this is my family. I'm gonna highlight my family because I want you to know I probably stick out like a sore thumb in that picture, don't I? I know. I do. My brothers always make fun of me and they say, Vince, you make the perfect Oreo lineup. I was like, y'all, I really thought you guys were playing when you said you wanted to have an all-white party. They were like, Vince, come on. Why's it gotta be like that? I was like, well, I'm as white as they get. The only color I got is the ink on my skin. And you want to put me in all white. Now I'm going to look like a ghost. Especially around all y'all. You kidding me? That's my family. Right? I told you I lost all my family to drug overdose. My mother, father, everybody. But that's my family. That's the family that picked me up when I had nothing, when I had nobody. So I don't see color. And I hope none of y'all see color either, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you cut any one of us, we all bleed the same color. Those are my brothers. And every time we go out, we get the same side eye when we say, that's my brother. Everybody's like, wait, you guys related? Really? We had a different mother with a different father. I don't know how you want to put it, whatever. No, that's my family. So I'm gonna leave that up there for a few minutes. I'm gonna let you guys see the QR codes if you want to scan it, if you want to get a copy of my book. I did write a best-selling book called Renovate Me. I take people through stories through my life. But here's the one thing I do want to mention to all of you, all right? I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I don't care if you buy anything or not. But here's what I want to tell you. Every single dollar that I make from book sales and merchandise, I give back to that same group home that took me in when I had nothing. 100%. I don't keep a dollar. I get paid for my career, my consulting, my hustle, my sales coaching, stuff like that. That's how I get paid. I don't write books and sell merchandise to earn a living. I do those things so I could give back. That's why I do that, okay? So, I'm gonna take you through a little bit more of my story real quick. I told you I lost all my family to a drug overdose, but there's some that I want to highlight for you. I want to bring up something real quick. I've talked to a lot of people all over the country, and the one thing that I get out of every room, out of everybody I talk to, is they need to learn how to forgive. So here's a story about forgiveness for you. This might hit home for you. I never saw my mother and father. I never got a hug from my mother. I never got a I'm sorry from my parents. But here's the story. When I was sleeping in parks, I got a medallion, a St. Jude medallion, okay? And I still have it in my wallet today. Interesting story. All these microphones here, my goodness. I gotta be able to keep up with this. Hold on, let me get this out for you. Okay, here's what I wanna do. I wanna show you guys this real quick, okay? Now, okay, there we go. Can everybody see this? This St. Jude medallion I got here, okay? This St. Jude medallion I got, I would see this lady every morning walking her dog in the park that I was sleeping at. And she comes up to me one day and she brings me a juice and she brings me a muffin and she says, hey, she's like, why did you run away from home? I said, I didn't run away from home, I'm a throwaway. She was like, okay, you got a story. So she sat and heard some of my story. She gave me this and she said, pray to this every night, every day. Now listen, I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not trying to drop religion on you, by the way. All right, I'm not a Bible thumper or anything like that, but I do believe, okay? But here's what I'm gonna tell you. She gave me this and I read it every night. I prayed to it every night, many nights, sleeping in the park and things of that nature, and I just asked, why? Why me? I couldn't figure it out. Why me? Well, now, fast forward to 43, now I say, try me. I don't care what life brings. I'm ready. I'll face it. I'm a fighter. You can bring anything you want my way. I'm not afraid of nothing. God didn't create the man I'm afraid of. Straight up. It's one thing I learned living in the streets. God did not create the man I'm afraid of. But I get this card. I try to reconnect with my mother my senior year of high school. I was graduating high school. I was the only family member to finish high school. So I take this to my mom and I give it to her and I say, I want you to have it. She wouldn't even open the door to me. So I said, all right, Mom, I'm gonna leave this for you. This helped me, I hope it helps you. And I left it on a doorstep. She said she was gonna throw it away. I was like, all right, if you throw it away, that's up to you. I'm leaving it for you. It helped me get to where I am. It helped me graduate high school. It helped me get to the point where I knew I was on a different path in life. Everything that I overcame, I knew I was on a different path. Didn't realize anything that my mom was doing. Fast forward, I go to do a speaking event at the Mirage in Las Vegas. I'm coming back home. They wanted to hear my story. Real estate group, very large real estate group. So I go to be their keynote speaker. I get a call from my mother out of the blue. Crazy. I heard from my mom. She's like, hey, come see me. I said, okay. I had a meeting that canceled. This is interesting how this works. So I go see my mom. She gives me the first hug I've ever had from her. The first. That was the only hug I ever got from my mother. And she said she was proud of me. She didn't say she was sorry, but she said she was proud of me. She said she was following my journey. She was on social media. She was seeing everything. I hear about you all over the place. People are talking about you. I know I got grandkids. She died a week later. Found this in her purse. So, the best message I got, I told my mother I forgave her. I said, Mom, I forgive you for everything. It's all good. You didn't know any better. Fast forward, a year later, I showed you that picture of my father. He was living in crack houses. He was homeless. I get a call from him, out of the blue, I swear. The day my book gets published, my father calls. He says he needs some groceries, he needs some money, he needs some clothes. I said, well, how do I send it to you? Where do you live? Send it to this address, whatever. So I sent it. He said, hey, I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you. He died a week later. But I told him I forgave him. I carried a burden on my shoulders for so many years. I gotta tell you, that blessing to be able to tell them I forgave them before they died, that street soldier, that kid, that broken kid, that freed me. When you forgive somebody, just so you know, it ain't for them, it's for you. Trust me, it will set you free. Don't hold no grudges against nobody. One thing that I learned in the Bible, forgive them, for they know not what they do. You heard that? Everybody heard that? Yeah. It's true. Because they don't know what they're doing. They didn't know any better. My mother and father didn't have any idea. They just weren't ready. They weren't ready for me. I'm gonna tell you right now, the world wasn't ready for me. Straight up. Society gave up on me. My family gave up on me. Teachers gave up on me. Teachers didn't realize that I was coming to school and I wasn't prepared. I didn't have books, I didn't have paper, I didn't have pencils. That's because I was living out of my backpack. They didn't know. They had no idea, but they would always tell me, you're never gonna make it, kid. You're never gonna make it. Society told me, I'm not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. You're never gonna succeed in life. Now I wanna say thank you. Thank you to all those that gave up on me. Thank you for all those that hated on me. Thank you for all those that said, you're never gonna make it, kid. How you like me now? And make no mistake about it, like I said, I haven't even started yet. I'm coming for everything they said I couldn't have. That's my drive. And every time I hear people say, the interest rates are high, the market's tough, keep saying that. Because I tell you what, I'm gonna come take it all then. I'm gonna go get it all. While you're sitting there talking about the what ifs, I'm gonna go do something about it. So, I think I just got the hook. I got a couple minutes left. I got the cue. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask everybody in this room, you heard my story. You still think it's hard out there? It's not. Now I wanna ask you this. I wanna leave you with something really special, okay? First, don't forget to come see me, get a shirt, and take a picture with me, please. All of you. I wanna take a big group photo. As many of you as I can, please come back and see me, okay? Number two, here's what I wanna ask you. If I gave each and every one of you in this room $10 million, raise your hand if you would be thankful and say, yes, thank you. Would you take that $10 million? Raise your hand. Come on, I know you would. Stop. Stop playing. Stop playing. Shit, I'll take that $10 million in a heartbeat. I'd be thankful as I'll shake your hand all day. You kidding me? Now, comes with a catch. I give you that $10 million, but you don't get to wake up tomorrow. Would you still take that $10 million? Raise your hand if you still want that $10 million. Everybody in this room, you saw that, right? Here's what I want to tell you. Each and every one of you just said that your life is worth more than $10 million. So go out there and get that, and then some. Go out there and show everybody what you're worth. You all just saw it. You all just looked at the room. Look at everybody sitting next to you. You all saw it, right? Go out there and get what you're worth. Stop playing. Let everybody know what you're about. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vince Napolitan. Thank you.